How's it going? Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're feeling groovy. So, at the time of recording, it's Sunday, but by the time this gets posted, it'll likely be Wednesday. So, what's up, time traveler? I miss doing the intro. I don't know if I'm gonna bring that back. I probably won't. I don't know, not officially. But anyways, this is not gonna be 110% for everybody who's here. Please don't make anything fit. Please use your own discernment. If you want to take a deep breath, you can. If you'd like to check out the link down below for like private services and all that stuff, you can. But deep breath, 1, 2, 3. And then let it go. So, whoever I'm talking to, the very first card that came out when I was like, you know, pulling cards was incoming money. And I feel like I get this message a lot. I feel like I hear this a lot when I'm like tuning into other people's readings. And maybe you've been hearing that a lot, maybe you haven't, but that is the first thing that comes out. And it literally flew out of the deck. Like I didn't even actually get a chance to like get anything. It just flipped out. So that might be a thing for somebody. You might be expecting some money. You could be anticipating something that you've been working towards, however that resonates. And we also have Gemini energy. You don't have to be Gemini, but Gemini energy is about playfulness. It's about curiosity, intellect, generally lower level intellect, if you will, versus Sagittarius, which is like deep philosophy. But generally, once again, it's about education, learning, stuff like that. And for somebody, you could be thinking about going back to school in some way. We have your peace requires your participation. So there's an energy of somebody wanting something that potentially will bring them peace, or at least that they're hoping will bring them peace, and recognizing that like that does require you to like take steps towards that in some way. We also have making space for creativity / love. So if you're an artist, if you're a creative and you've been feeling like, you know, writer's block or creative block, you know, making space would be a good idea. Movement is also very helpful, at least for me. Movement can be very helpful for me whenever I'm feeling stuck, whenever I'm feeling stagnant. We have, the 6 of Swords, or 6 of Cups. Oh my God, none of what I said was true. 6 of Swords. I just recorded another video. This did not happen at all, but we did have the 6 of Wands coming out last time. I don't do reversals unless it comes out that way, but it did come out that way. 6 of Wands in reverse. Success in reverse. And then we had the Princess of Swords, Curiosity, which is back to the Gemini energy. This could be you, this could be somebody else, but there's a very stubborn energy, somebody who might have their guard up when it comes to you, or when it comes to something that they want. You're the King of Cups, control. Yeah, somebody who really, we have the Justice, we have the King of Wands, and the Empress. The Ace of Cups comes out a second time. The 2 of Cups, the Princess of Cups. So what's this 6 of Wands in reverse? What is this about? How does this come out for us, or for whoever happens to be here? What is this? 4 of Cups, meditation. 4 of Wands, celebration. Queen of Swords. So this could be somebody else. Once again, there's a very stubborn energy. Perseverance is here, but in the negative, perseverance is kind of stubbornness. It's, you know, it's refusing to give up, or, you know, not taking no for an answer. And I don't know all the details around that, but that's something that's coming through. Somebody who Yeah. I don't know what that energy is about, but it's a very interesting energy. Make space for better. Yeah. For some of you, there's an Aries energy, or just a general, however that resonates, sort of energy. It could be Aries, it doesn't have to be. It could also be Gemini, but there's an energy of something or somebody that you're being asked to like let go of to make space for like a new beginning. This could also be that other person that we were talking about. Somebody is refusing to give something up in order to start again, in order to receive a new beginning. Yeah, we have butterflies, change, transformation, death and rebirth, renewal. But for somebody, that's not really happening because they're not letting go, they're not surrendering. And this could be you, no judgment, you know, but there's something about rerouting, like, because in the last reading that we did, we were tuned into like somebody who's very determined, somebody who's very ambitious. And if that is you and you're like refusing to give something up, you're refusing to let something go, it would be a really good idea to find other ways to move forward, if that makes sense. Like there's an energy of like somebody holding on to something that like essentially is like hindering their progression. I'm thinking of like a sword, maybe, and it's gonna be different for everybody, but I'm thinking of like a sword, maybe like you're holding on to a sword and you have to get through like a tight space, but you can't get through because of the sword. And the sword might be useful, or it might have been useful, it might be useful in the future potentially, but like in this particular moment you can't move forward without letting go of the sword. You know, it's that sort of energy. And the sword could represent a lot of different things. It could be a person, it could be a lot of different things, however that resonates, but that's something that's coming through. Making space. For somebody, somebody's trying to make space for like a relationship, but once again, there's like a persistence to hold on to something that is not helpful. You know. And for some of you, that might be something that you're witnessing with somebody. Like maybe you're watching somebody kind of like be persistent in their own detriment, if that makes sense, if that resonates. And for you, it might be a good idea for you to like walk away from this person or this situation. You have the Fool card, the Emperor, Seven of Wands, or at least, if you're gonna stick around, make sure to protect your energy, make sure to cleanse regularly, all that stuff, whatever. If that resonates. Yeah, the Eight of Cups, walking away from, to find better. I'm gonna pull from the Believe in Magic deck and see what comes out. What's going on, what we need to know, what we need to hear at this time, whenever free tune. We have Spaceship. Do not be afraid to sing. The number 7 comes up 2 times, 2.5 times if you squint your eyes. Bitch fire, stand up for yourself. Yeah, there's something about using your voice. It's not funny, but I'm kind of getting the energy of somebody being annoyed by... This is either you being annoyed by somebody else's voice or like somebody being annoyed by your voice. Like, and not even just your voice, but like just the act of speaking up. Like maybe you're speaking up about some injustice or something and it's like, you know, it's like rubbing the people who are like participating in the injustice incorrect, like the wrong way. Like they're not happy that you're speaking up about it because they don't get to participate anymore. Well, I mean, they do, but now likely there will be consequences or something, you know? It's that sort of energy. Oh my, whoever I'm talking to, you could have been experiencing a lot of like heavy emotions when it comes to like whatever that situation is. Or maybe this is something else, but like I already shuffled. But the Forgive card, number 10, was present. And she kind of looked a little sad in the bathtub. She was like downtrodden. And once again, that could be your energy, past, present, or future, when it comes to having to speak up about something, having to stand firm on some sort of boundary. For some of you, it's about like your own worth. Like maybe you're starting a business or something, you have to like stand firm in your prices, stand firm in your policies or something. And maybe like there's some people like wanting you to bend, wanting you to like go back on that. And like you might have been really emotional. Yeah, here's the card. You might have been really affected by that. But I do see you moving on from that. Especially with the realization that like that was kind of intentional. Like they were playing on your heartstrings. They were trying to make you feel bad. You know, release your guilt. Endings are inevitable. Yeah, whoever I'm talking to, I definitely see you moving on from some really not so great situations. And that, I think that was the energy that came through before. I don't remember. I just did the other one, but we have Phoenix. How's that for happily ever after? Come home to yourself, swim away from the situation. Yeah. And even if you're not doing it right now, like it does seem to be a thing that is in the progress or process. Make the change. It's time for healing, not war. I definitely see somebody moving away from, and for some of you, it's a pretty quick movement. Others of you, it might take a while. It might, you know, take a little bit more time. But yeah, I'm gonna pull from my deck again, see what comes out. What's going on? What do we need to hear? What do we need to know about for whenever this is relevant? Whenever we have the Sun card, the Devil card, Capricorn, Leo, Taurus, devotion, discipline. This kind of came through before, and I know for sure that at some point, I think it's Friday or Saturday, I'm not sure exactly what day it is, but I do know that there will be a full moon / eclipse sometime this week. It'll be on the 28th. That's the date. I don't know what day it is, but and one of the themes that comes up with the energies, the general energies, is like, or maybe this was for my chart. I think it was the general energies, because I looked up the general energies and I looked up for my own personal chart. The energy of like, you know, restructuring, reconfiguring, you know, I can't remember in this moment if that was in relation to my own chart, but if I'm saying it, I guess maybe it'll be helpful for somebody, but whatever. We have new job or new job or career opportunity. I did not have any issues speaking in the last video, so that might be really a thing for somebody, like communication issues. Like there could be somebody having a hard time communicating something to you. You could have a hard time saying no to somebody, but that definitely seems to be an energy, like communication. Once again, we have Taurus energy, Capricorn, Leo energy. Taurus and Capricorn are both earth energies. They're both about, they can be about money and wealth and like value and worth and stuff like that. Leo energy is more about passion, excitement, creativity, stuff like that. What's this new job opportunity? Oh shit, okay, excuse me. Sorry, excuse the language. So for this job opportunity, if I can, if I may, whoever's receptive, whoever's open to this. Oh shit, oh my gosh. You might have a lot of options. Maybe that's partially what it is. We have the Nine of Cups, the Judgment, and the Sun card. Yeah, you might have a lot of options. And these are probably things that you've like called in, probably things that you've like manifested, if you want to use that word. You might have spent a lot of time meditating, excuse me, calling in whatever this opportunity or plural opportunities is or are. one thing that I talked a lot about, I think, well, not a lot, but one thing I talked about in the last reading was like perfectionism, and that might be something for somebody to let go of. You know, because assuming that you're aligned with me and like this is, you're very determined, very headstrong, and like I said in the last reading, most new beginnings are very awkward, very unsteady. So try not to beat yourself up so much for like not getting it right the first time, or like not getting it perfectly, or whatever, however that resonates. Because some people never start because they're waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for the perfect conversation, the perfect whatever, but it's like, sometimes you just gotta go for it, you know? What's this Judgment card? What is this Judgment? What are we being called to? What is this realization? What is this? What's going on with this Judgment card? We have the Four of Swords, rest, Four of Pentacles, stability. So, I feel like somebody is really recognizing the importance of rest, the importance of renewal, rejuvenation, if you will. The Death card was also present. Yeah, because somebody's working towards this Four of Pentacles, and, you know, rest definitely might be a good idea more often. Two of Swords, decisions. And when I say rest, that doesn't necessarily have to be like sleep, like, you know. You can't use the word in the definition, but I wanted to say like resting your eyes, resting your brain, you know. Because whoever I'm talking to, I feel like you are somebody who is very up, if that makes sense, if that resonates, very mindful, very conscious, and you likely perceive and interpret a lot of information throughout the day. And so sometimes it's necessary to kind of just allow yourself to not interpret information, if that makes sense. You know, especially with the Gemini energy at the start. Gemini is very inquisitive, very wise. Yes, playful, but also very smart, very wise. And, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes it's time to rest, sometimes it's time to play, sometimes it's time to, you know what I mean? So, I hope this has been helpful for you. I hope this has been useful. If it has been, you should definitely check out the link down below. Give me a thumbs up if this resonated. Tell me how this might have resonated for you. And yeah. I also hope you know whatever you're going through is temporary. Keep your head up, keep your spirits high, take care of yourself. I love you. I'll see you when I see you. And if you want a private reading, if you want to check out what I make outside of here, check out the link down below. Have a good one. Bye.